Hello folks, and welcome to Working on West Home, where we begin to transform our Edwardian house. Today we're starting with the fireplace, so if you want to see how that turned out, stick around for the video and we shall see you on the flip side. So here is the fireplace that we found on Facebook Marketplace, which was an absolute bargain. I would definitely recommend looking around online. It's in the style that we want. It has more of a Edwardian kind of style, and we wanted to go with like a cast iron one, so this was perfect. We obviously had to give it a bit of a clean up in the garden to begin with, so that's what we're going to be cracking on with right now. We've got some stove wizard, some steel wool, and the steel wool was really good to just scrub into it slightly and get rid of any rust stains that you can see across the top of the grate. So we're just beginning with giving it a dust down. She's got a few cobwebs in there, she's had a few past lives, and we are going to clean her up nicely, and she is going to look absolutely beautiful by the end of this video. As you can see, we're already giving it a nice spruce up. Getting in there with the wire wool really made a huge difference. So here's a few clips of that happening, and I'm blowing you a nice little kiss because I'm just having a fabulous time cleaning up this fireplace. As you can see with these clips right here, the difference that it was making already just from scrubbing the rust off with the wire wool. It was making it very beautiful, very sparkly, shiny, clean. It had more of a silver sheen to it once it was done, and it was looking brand new, folks. So we cracked on with that as much as we could, and here's a lovely little sped up version. We caught a few little specks of rust here and there that you could easily just scrub off. Very beautiful. Giving it a wipe down with a cloth as we went, and to be honest, I was scared that it was going to leave like scratch marks and stuff, but it actually didn't. It just really polished it up nicely so that it eventually looked like how you can see right now. So once this was done, folks, it was time to get those rubber gloves on and go in with the stove wizard. This is really going to deepen those black areas and just make it look brand new. As you can see, beginning with just like a really small amount and going in smaller circular motions around the full edge of all the cast iron parts, and it really just brought it to life. It made it look cleaner, it made it look more vibrant, and it gives you that really deep like black effect in the cast iron areas. And once the stove wizard was applied, we could just go in with a clean cloth and polish it up and make it all look matte and beautiful. And voila, this is what it looked like, girls and boys. We were just so proud of ourselves. We thought we might as well put the kettle on, have a cup of tea, and our Bicky here on there. And we just sat, we chilled out, we waited for that to dry. It was a beautiful sunny day and we just had an absolute ball. So here is how it looked before, and this is what it looked like once we'd fully cleaned it up. And just like that, folks, it was a new day. The builders were here with Henry the Hoover, and it was time to get the fireplace installed. We have this pipe that was hanging out of the window that was just to get all the dust out, and the fireplace was ready to go. We had the builders in who were kind of like digging out the fireplace just to make it deeper so that it fit better, and we collected all of this rubble. And then we had a little bit of support added in here or there, a few extra bricks. Like I say, I'm not a builder myself, so I'm not really sure what was going on, but everybody looked like they were having a fab time if you ask me. So then we've got this pipe that was going up the chimney, and I think this was just to clear it out more if we wanted to use it. There was also like a gas connection that was made. And then before you know it, the fireplace was ready to be installed. It was looking absolutely beautiful, if I do say so myself. Here it is. And then the surround was added back on. And it was time to crack on with some painting. But before we do that, we did seal around the edges of the fireplace with some cork just to make it look a lot smoother and not have any gaps. Okay folks, the fireplace is in. It's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. So because it's wood, we're going to stick a primer on first, and then we're going to go over with this brilliant white eggshell paint, and that should just really bring it to life, and it should look really good. So if you want to see how we do that, we shall crack on with that right now. So here we are beginning with the primer, and we're going to give the wood its first coat of primer. And what we realize with this paint is that it dries very quickly, but it also feels quite tacky if you go over it again. So I think what we learned was just to get this on as quickly as possible and not worry about it being too neat, because it is just a primer for the paint to sit on top of. So here she is after one coat of primer, and I know what you're thinking, wow, that looks a mess, because it does. But this is just the first layer of the primer for the paint to go on top of. We are just covering up the fireplace as well, just so we don't splash any paint on the brand new fireplace. And then once we started with the actual paint, you can see that the coverage is a lot better because it already has that primer underneath.
Have you got any words then? No?
I'm very tired. And painting is so much hard work than you actually think. Like, you think it's going to be the easy task, but it's like,
yeah,
it's like truly
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, almost there though. First layer of the paint.
Look at that.
It's already brightened it up. One more layer to go. So once we reached the last layer of paint, we just used this smaller set of brushes to get into the detail areas, like the flowers on the front and the crests along the side, just to not make it like really thick and gloopy, but still keep the detail. And then the day came where the paint had dried. It was time for the grand reveal, boys and girls. Can I get a drum roll? Here she is, looking absolutely stunning, if I do say so myself. We also cleaned up the wall in the background, and we have so much more to do in the lounge. If you want to see how we did the rest of it, which includes the beading on the walls, which is coming next, make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow us on all of our social media, because we're just so excited to share the full transformation, every single room, and we appreciate you watching. So we'll see you in the next one.